All right, so we're going to talk about grading right now. Something hit very personal, very angry and upset, and more so disappointed and let down. So I'm going to talk about my 1969 The Ring Wrestling magazine featuring Bill Watts and women's wrestling. This issue is very important. This is the August 1969 issue where they do discuss women's wrestling sex or ability. Now, we do know how women's wrestling evolved, the women's revolution, women's wrestling, but this is one of the best condition copies in the world that exist. The Ring is based right here in Brooklyn, New York. So I send this in to the CBCS to be magazine encapsulated graded because you guys have seen me be an advocate and talk about how much better and stronger a CBCS slab is compared to a CGC slab. I like the grading. I like the actual physical slab. It's stronger. And then I receive a message that I thought I would never receive in my life from the CBCS. And they're like, Nick, we can't... Now, I was going to put all of the documented conversations up. I was going to expose people's names. I feel they should be fired. But I'm not going to go there yet. I'm not. I'm making a point, though. So I'm here for years advocating. I don't get shit in return. I don't ask for favors. Nothing. I advocate for the CBCS because I firmly believe they are better than the CGC. Grading, in quality, in slabs, in professionalism. And then I get the message that really rubbed me the wrong way and possibly changed my mind on the dynamic and the internal structure of that company right now. And I'm going to say it verbatim. I was then given a message saying, Nick, we cannot grade your magazine because we don't have a person staffed with the knowledge to authenticate, validate, and grade the book. Now there's the red flag of all red flags. Now you're owned by Beckett. I want to word that correctly. Beckett's now involved, right? I reply back now very seriously. You guys know how I get. And I'm like, CGC grades them no problem. Are you telling me that you are not better, or if not equal or better in expertise and professionalism as the CGC? Because now you're saying that you cannot grade and encapsulate this vintage magazine because you don't have the person on staff with the knowledge to authenticate and grade this book, like as if I created it myself, like these other cornball people that create their own variants, but yet you grade those. So then I send screenshots of all the CGC Ring magazines. I send them the Brooklyn, New York address with the phone number directly to Ring. So now you have head graders over there. You guys know who they are. I don't have to drop names and embarrass them even further, which I should. I'm not going to do that yet. And then I get a reply back to that saying, we're sorry, we again don't have the staff or to do that. to grade and encapsulate and validate the authenticity of this, we're going to send you a refund and send it back to you. I washed my hands of the CBCS at that time. So I replied back and I specifically said, make sure your whole staff has the popcorn ready because I will make this public. With that being said, as a lesson now, for that company to have given me that reply that they cannot grade and encapsulate this vintage ring wrestling magazine from August 1969 shows me that they are not on the professional level. They are beneath the CGC, and right now I lose the debate, and I admit as a man that they are not better than the CGC because of this. Because of this one magazine, I have now lost my almost decade debate of whom is better. And as a man, I say I lose the debate. I was wrong. Now I'm in a catch-22 because I do not like the CGC. I don't like the company. I don't like the leadership. I think that people should have been fired, and they're still there. So now I say this. I'm not grading anything. So I know that this is a near mint magazine. It is more than likely the best August 1969 in existence. I would have liked it encapsulated and graded by the CBCS because I love that slab. It's solid, it's strong. So now I don't grade it. And now I say this to all of you buyers, sellers, collectors. Do you even need to grade a comic book? Because, listen, I loved that CGC video with the person saying that there is no training to train to grade a comic book. Right there is a failure on PR and advertising and marketing for the CGC company. Thank God my eye. It took 5 years to get it down packed. So now I don't grade comic books anymore. I just don't. I find that Raw sells quicker, Raw sells better, and it truly is about trust in this business. And people and collectors and dealers and buyers and sellers buy from those whom they trust to get quality. So that's why all my feedback is 100%. That's why everybody keeps coming back to me. That's why I don't need to go live. That's why people will message me. That's why when people see something, they message me. So, I'm honored. I'm honored that I am trusted in that regard. And when people get their mail and their products, they are happy. And that's all I ever care about is the word integrity. Which is why I don't do bullshit variants, which is why I don't work with people that do bullshit, which is why I walk alone. So with that said, I am done grading anything. That's it. So, agree, disagree, to each his own, right, ladies and gentlemen? To each his own, but my business model for over 29 professional years, I don't need to grade anything. And what I did grade, whether it be from the CGC or the CBCS, and mostly it was from the CBCS, that old myth of not getting your value. You get more value from the CGC. Myth. It's about the seller. It's about what you let your items go for, sell for. But as a man, again, I say, with this particular instance, I wash my hands now of the CBCS. Beckett, I hope you're watching. And now I don't grade anything anymore. Period. So it is what it is. And I wanted to share that with the world. I am extremely disgusted and disappointed in the CBCS's reply that I received, and I'm done grading comic books. Done. I know what the book is. I know what the grade is, and if a buyer or a collector ever asks me what grade or condition something is in, I give them my honest integrity answer to that. I'm done grading. Guys, have a good night.